With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Split decision racing's into being. Triple Threat Series fires things off for chase race number 2 right here at Michigan International Speedway. Last week's chase race number 1 What's up, barn burner of a night? Talladega Super Speedway hosted last week. This week, we're at Michigan. We'll head off to Kansas next week, but not before we drop a few drivers out of this championship chase. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side. And tonight, we will set the field to move into chase race number 3 at Kansas. There you see a few drivers in the background putting down some qualifying laps. 102 track degree temperature, hot little track here tonight at Michigan. And we'll go high above the track as some of these drivers begin to put down their qualifying times. We will throw that qualifying information up there to the left-hand side of your screen. But first, let's give you a little rundown on how some of the point standings are shaking out coming into tonight's race. There you have it right there. Lucas Gortman, he's safe. He's in. Caleb McCarthy also in. Luke Smith, Ryan Johnson sitting right there. You go all the way back there to Tyler Rush in 6th. That's where that cutoff line is going to be. Nate Johnson, Dave Gilbert right there breathing down his neck. They're on the outside looking in. Can they somehow, with at least one of those two drivers, make their way into the top 6 and into the next round of the playoffs? On to the Xfinity Series Championship standings. Leading Patrick Anderson, William Klingbeil, Kenneth Fonseca right there. He's somewhat in danger, close on the points. If things go wrong for Fonseca, he could find himself on the outside looking in on those top 6. But Michael Ayward, Adam Benefiel, those are the two drivers that we're really going to have to keep our eyes on here tonight. Mark Eckerman right there as well, running strong this season. He's got an outside chance to get into the next round of the playoffs. There you see Jorge Canales. He's locked in, ready to go into the next round. Josh McKinney sitting right there. He can be caught, could possibly be. Jonathan Kuzmano, last driver in the Truck Series Championship standings, coming into chase race number 2 here from Michigan International Speedway. And now drivers, about 18 of them or so, have put down a qualifying time. So what do you say we go ahead and throw some of that information up for you right there too? Well, there's race control. That's Joshua Sosi up there in race control, just popping in saying what's up. William Klingbeil going to go top of the speed charts here from Michigan International Speedway. And what a surprise, huh, race fans? We're usually seeing those cup cars be at the top of the time in qualifying. And as we are 4 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session right now, it's a field full of Xfinity drivers at the top. Your top 6 all in the Xfinity class. Justin Gibbs in a truck. He's actually faster than the 3 cup drivers, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's actually about 7 or 8 cup drivers that just pace just isn't there. Patrick Anderson going to go just outside the top 5 with his first time lap. Let's see who else is still to put in a qualifying time. Nathan Manwaring hasn't put in a time yet. Ryan Johnson, Tyler Ziegler, Jorge Canales, Caleb McCarthy, Jeffrey Ramsdale, Jonathan Kuzmano going to put down his first time lap, go 13th with his speed here tonight. But William Klingbeil still sits at the top of the speed charts here in qualifying. A 39:29 is the fast time for the 83 of Klingbeil. Track somewhat quiet. Just a handful of drivers actually out there trying to attempt a qualifying time. We'll see if we can't go down there, check on a few drivers. There's Richard Crane in the background. I believe Jorge Canales is just now beginning to roll off of pit road and get up to speed for his first out lap. We'll go down trackside. What do you say with Jorge as he gets up to speed? You can hear him back in the background. Let's go trackside one time. Let's see if we can see him there. There he is off of the back stretch, going down the back stretch, coming right at you now, heading down towards turn number 3. Canales is going to work his way through 3 and 4 big, long, sweeping corners here at Michigan International Speedway. A lot of real estate for these drivers to race with each other, mix things up, and there you see him. He'll cross the line this time around. Where is he going to shake out? Where's he going to go this time around? This will be his first time lapped up the speed lap. Very quick here. Canales looking good, center of the track, off of the corner exit. He'll head back down the backstretch once again. 6.5 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session. All the Xfinity drivers basically at the top of the field. Just Jeffrey Ramsdell and Nathan Manwaring yet to put in their time lapse. Still watching that 71 Ford F-150 of Jorge Canales as he comes off of pit road, head to the start-finish line. Where is he going to shake out for his first time lap? Looks like he's going to go 14th on the speed charts. Will the 42 be able to increase it on this second time lap? Ryan Johnson looks like he jumps in his 38 machine here tonight. Kayla McCarthy, Jeffrey Ramsdell now all out on track. Tyler Ziegler, good enough for 16th for the time being. We'll have to wait to see how the rest of the field goes. Kayla McCarthy sitting right now in the 18th position. She's your highest running Cup driver. No, Ryan Johnson gonna come by and knock her out of that Cup pole position. And how about that, man? Xfinity drivers and truck drivers all faster than those Cup drivers. That is, Cup guys are gonna have their hands full here tonight in the overall point standings. That's gonna be something that's gonna get mixed up pretty big here tonight. Only Nathan Manwaring and Richard Reimuller yet to put in their qualifying time as we have just about 2 minutes remaining. Canales is going to get a last lap in. Let's see if we have anybody else out there. Doesn't look like anybody else out there on the track. So we'll head back up to the turn 3 blimp cam. Give you one last look at the track before all the fans fill the stands and we get set to fire things off here in Split Decision Racing's Into Being Triple Threat Series Season number 2. You're watching Chase Race number 2 from Michigan International Speedway tonight. Multiple drivers out there. We can't forget about this. Multiple drivers out there honoring veterans here at Michigan the day after Veterans Day, still showing love and support to all the veterans across the country each and every day. We do thank you all for your service. And just again tonight, these Split Decision Racing drivers showing a little more support, a little bit more love by running some of those patriotic paint schemes with some of our service members emblazoned on their cars. We'll get to some of that a little bit later on throughout tonight's race. 95-minute timed event, lap count, not going to matter. Who's going to take the top spot when it's all said and done with? William Klingbeil takes the overall pole position with just 60 seconds remaining. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Then we will head trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in
And back trackside after the jets fly over, the stars and stripes waving in the background. We're gonna head a little bit closer to the track. What do you say? There you can see all of those drivers lined up on pit road. They're beginning to roll off. You can hear it in the background, bells beginning to ring. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for Chase Race number 2 in the Split Decision Racing's Into Being Triple Threat Series, starting inside row number 1. Your pole sitter tonight, the 83 of William Klingbeil. Adam Benefield just to his outside. Back in row 2, Patrick Anderson and Keith Fonseca. Michael Gitchell and Mark Ackerman gonna make up row 3. Row number 4 here tonight, the 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdale and the 36 of Richard Crane. Michael Hayward and Justin Gibbs will round out row number 5. Starting inside row number 6, the 16 of John Peterson. Vinny Tabby in the 47 just to his outside. Back in row 7, Matthew Wheeler and Jonathan Cusmano, while Jorge Canales and Josh McKinney make up row 8. Row 9 tonight, the 2 of Tyler Ziegler and the 13 of Jacob Hirsch. There's your Cup drivers way back in the back. Ryan Johnson, Caleb McCarthy gonna line up row 10. Row 11 tonight, Andy Turner, Lucas Cortman, Nate Johnson, and Kevin Bernheimer will be in row number 12. Rest of the field looks a little something like this as pace car ducks off, down and away. We're set to kick things off for the first time here tonight. Drivers gonna make their way to the restart line, and wait for it, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Drivers will head off into turn 1 as the music fades out of the background. Who's gonna have what it takes to put it in victory lane here tonight? Long way to go before we'll settle this one out. 95 minutes on the stopwatch. It has begun. Look at that big gaggle of cars back in the back. Oh my goodness, check this out. We've got drivers all over each other. And surprisingly, there's a lot of these Cup drivers back here mixing it up with truck drivers. Cup and truck going at it side by side, 2-3 wide through the front stretch early here, less than 60 seconds off of the stopwatch. We may go 4 wide here, 27 on Tyler Rush. He's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack looking to get there. Oh, and the 71 of Canales gets caught up, and he saves it. Oh no, more trouble back behind them. Lucas Cortman, Nathan Manwaring may have been involved. Oh, there's the 17, no caution coming out. Full course cautions not really a thing here in split decision racing, so we stay green flag racing. That is those road course rules, part of that triple threat aspect here with this series. Only local yellows unless the track is blocked. It can be 2, 3, 4 cars involved, but if the track isn't stopped up, we're going to keep this thing green flag and rolling just like they do on the road course side of things. IMSA style in endurance racing going on. That 95-minute timed event is that IMSA and endurance style aspect of the triple threat. And then you've got all 3 different series on the track at one time. You've got the Cups, Xfinity, and the trucks all out there battling with each other all at one time. Whoa, up the track. Oh my gosh. More drivers in trouble. Kayla McCarthy eats the outside wall. McCarthy stopped on track. She's going to have to get it spun around. Oh my gosh. We got a lot of drivers in trouble already here tonight. McCarthy going to have to pull it to pit road. We'll jump back to some of the action here. There's Jonathan Cusmano. He's trying to close in on Nate Johnson. Tyler Rush still in the mix right here. And that Air Force machine. Take a look back just behind him. That's Tyler Ziegler, Thomas Myers. There's the 2 on the outside trying to make up some positions on those Xfinity drivers down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Actually, those are Cup drivers. I do apologize. Both of those Cup drivers, Dave Gilbert and Thomas Myers, right there running with him. Fellow truck drivers beginning to catch up. Jacob Hirsch, David Desparios right there now. A lot of crazy action early here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Caleb McCarthy, Lucas Gortman, Jorge Canales, all with some trouble here tonight. Now the 21 of Matthew Wheeler is going to pull the pit road. The 21 of Wheeler going to pull the pit road. Didn't see what happened to him, but he is now down there on pit road. Let's see if we can't make our way around the field just a little bit. Why don't we go back up front, battle for the top spot. William Klingbeil leads Adam Benefield. They have been nose to tail since the drop of the green flag. Ooh, boy, close right there. That was close off of turn number 2. Now looking to the inside, Benefield once more. We'll get an even closer check out. That one right there, Thomas Moore on the top of the car there, riding with Adam Benefield here tonight. Can he put more into victory lane? We'll have to wait to see if he's able to get that done here tonight. Multiple other drivers, we told you they were out there in the field running those special paint schemes on the cars here tonight. Side by side for the overall race lead. Not gonna get it just yet. Klingbeil gonna keep it off of 4. We'll go back, take a look back here. How about this man riding on board the 35 of Andy Turner? That's James Turner on board here. Staff Sergeant James Turner out of the Delaware Army National Guard, serving from 1970 to 1976. There you can see that Army National Guard livery on the top of the hood there for Andy Turner. So a big shout out to Turner, both Andrew and Andy. Tyler Rush, there's the 27. He's running right behind him. Tyler running with Greg Waltz, his father-in-law, serving in the Air Force. So showing a little love to the father-in-law. That's always going to gain you some brownie points. Don't really know what the relationship is, but yeah, I mean, hey, you can always use this as an icebreaker if you need. I'm telling you what, that thing looks pretty sweet out there. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. Ryan Johnson has been able to make up a ton of ground. Ryan sitting right there in that 38 machine. He is your highest running Cup class driver, sitting back in the 8th position. The Xfinity drivers are locking out the top 7. Adam Benefield has taken that top spot. William Klingbeil all the way back to 4th now. Patrick Anderson starting to close in. Let's take a look at this. The 99 going to drop to the bottom of the speedway. My goodness, close. Oh, squeeze play up the track. Here comes the 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdell to the inside. We're going to have to back up from the track just a little bit, bring you a little bit more of the coverage here. What do you say we go high above the track with our turn 3 drone cam here tonight, as now Anderson sets sail down the back stretch. Jump around the track just a little bit. There's the 36 having a little bit of a trouble. There's the 10 of Luke Smith just behind Andy Turner. Oh, 3 wide with the back mark of 48. Slow on the track. There's William Klingbeil. He's falling through the field too. It looks like these Cup drivers on the long run, that's where their strength is beginning to show. 3 wide, Klingbeil at the top. 2 Cup drivers on the bottom. The 48 of Michael Gitchell losing a little bit of time now in that Xfinity ride, and there you can see those tires seem to be paying off for the Cup drivers here. Ooh, wicked loose off of the corner there, and Ryan Johnson is all over Jeffrey Ramsdell. Ramsdell all over Benefield. Benefield going to go to the top of the speedway. He's going to yield a oh my gosh. We got to get closer. Look at this, man. I'm telling you. Almost 10 minutes into tonight's racing, we have been just absolutely non-stop at it, back and forth. Drivers mixing it up with each other all over this racetrack. We've had multiple drivers in some trouble already. Caleb McCarthy, Lucas Gortman, Matthew Wheeler, Jorge Canales, all with trouble here tonight. They all find themselves at least 1 lap down. I believe Canales is listed as the only driver 2 laps down. And it's even though Canales and McCarthy are in a good spot coming into tonight's race, you can never be too sure. I mean, walking away with the 27th points, it's not going to vote well for your season. McCarthy's still sitting, as we said, in a great spot in the Cup Series championship coming into tonight's race. But still, you just don't want to give up that type of those type of points, especially during the chase run. Luke Smith now pushing Tyler Rush at the front of the field. Rush going to take the top spot and lead in his 27 machine, doing his father-in-law and a solid Greg Waltz on board, riding with that 27 Air Force machine here tonight and doing his father-in-law a solid and leading the race with him on the car with him. Again, I'm telling you, that's going to get you some cool points, my man. Ryan Johnson going to look to the high side now. We'll stack things up at the front for your race lead. Patrick Anderson has a secure hold over the Xfinity class lead right now. He's sitting back in the 5th position. All the way back in 8th is Keith Fonseca. Oh, and Anderson going to have some trouble now. He's going to lose a little bit of time, and he's going to fall into the clutches of Jeffrey Ramsdell. We'll go back to that battle here in just one moment. Watch this pass at the front as now again Tyler Rush going to look to get back around Ryan Johnson to the front of this field. Andy Turner looking to put his 35 back at the front of the field. We'll take a look back here with the battle in the Xfinity class. There you can see Patrick Anderson makes his way off of turn 2, halfway down the backstretch. Fonseca just not really there. Just I don't know if he's struggling with some grip now or if it's the 97 of Ramsdell being right there with him. If that's having any effect on him. The 88 of Nate Johnson, he's up in this mix. There you can see that 88 machine running the bottom of the track, trying to make his way up through the field. It looks like no hood on that car. We're gonna have to check it. No, there is a hood on it. There it is. There it is. You know, that 88 Fast Ford Mustang there, you can see one jump a little closer to the action, to the track. There you can see it. Oscar Dahl on board with Nate Johnson here. That 88's great grandfather on board with him here, riding around the track tonight from Michigan International Speedway. And how cool is this? Served on a destroyer in World War II, the USS Shaw. How about that? I mean, tell you what, that's, I don't want to say it, but you know what I'm going to say. That's one of the most things I've heard all day. Get to be on a destroyer back in World War II. That's some hot action right there. 88 running well here tonight. He's going to round out the field of Cup drivers that have taken the top spots, that have surged to the top of the leaderboard. Now your top 7 all Cup drivers will step back from the track once again. Let's go back here with the truck drivers. They're mixing it up with each other. There's Josh McKinney. He's trying to make his way up and around Justin Gibbs, who runs just off in front of him. The 93 leads the truck class right now. Close racing there. There's the 93 Justin Gibbs just off in front of the Navy 11 of Josh McKinney. Jonathan Kuzmano right behind them. Wounded Warrior Project livery on that 93 here tonight. His salute to the troops. And you know, we haven't mentioned it in a while because we haven't seen too many people out there really involved doing it here. So if you're out there in the chat, if you're over here checking things out, you got a shot to win Dave's Dollars here tonight, Friday night, each and every Friday night, with the Split Decision Racing into being Triple Threat Series brought to you in partnership with Turtle Shells Designs. If you can guess the amount of laps that these drivers are going to be able to put in this 95-minute timed event, that's right, you got to be Nostradamus on it. You got to figure out what you think they're going to be able to run. Put it right there in the YouTube chat, and if you're right, well, we'll get a hold of you, and you'll win some of Dave's dollars right here each and every Friday night. Chase race number 2 well underway. We are inching towards the 15 minutes into tonight's race. We'll head back up to the front with Tyler Rush and Ryan Johnson continuing to go at it. Here comes Luke Smith. He faded to the back just a little bit, now running solidly in that third position. He's looking for the top spot. Andy Turner slotted back in the fourth position now as the 38 and the 10 go nose to tail. And I tell you what, we're even going to give you a little cheat sheet, race fans. What do you think about that? Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. We'll go back old school on you one good time. How about that? Top of the screen, your scroller coming by. These drivers working lap number 22. So if that gives you any idea, we're 15 minutes into tonight's race. 22 laps on the board. How many do you think they're going to be able to turn in by the end of tonight's race? Put it in the YouTube chat. Let's see if you can win Dave's dollars. 400 laps. My goodness. That's that's a lot of laps. I think these drivers going to get about, oh man. And see, we got until there's 45 minutes remaining, a little bit past the halfway point, to give you guys some time to try to do some math and see how we're all sitting. Remember, we will have a stage caution 30 minutes into tonight's race, as well as the 60-minute mark in tonight's race. So drivers will have a little bit of time to regroup, gather themselves back up, try to get themselves back on the lead lap, or at least back on the lead lap with their class leader. We'll have to see how everything shakes out as Glenn Bell, Gibbs, Hirsch, Desparios all come to pit road. This time around, we've seen Adam Benefield come to pit road back on lap number 12. Seen some drivers on pit road early, just the first lap of the race really actually on the board, and a few drivers with some trouble as we were mixing it up heavy on the drop of the green flag here. Still hot on the track. Action at the front. Whoa, man. Luke Smith looked to go to the high side. I didn't know if he was going to be able to fit that car in that hole. It was getting pretty tight. That seems more like a number right there, Mr. Massey. 130 laps. I was actually going to say 134, but now I'm going to have to rethink and try to not be so close. I think we might see, you know what, we'll make it official. Dave's going to go ahead and put his in. I don't know. Here we go. We're going to go with 156 laps. That's what we're going to call it. 156 laps into tonight's race. I think these guys can do it. Ton of drivers to pit road here. More Cup drivers now come to pit road as Tyler Rush. He's going to stay out on the racetrack. Ryan Johnson going to leave Luke Smith, Andy Turner, Thomas Myers, and Dave Gilbert all down to pit road. Nate Johnson going to stay out on the track. He's not ready to come down for fuel and tires just yet. Michael Hayward, Nathan Manwaring, they have yet to come to pit road here tonight as well, running 8th and 9th right now on the track. When will Rush bring it to pit road? Looks like he's slowing. He's going to come to pit road this time around. Nate Johnson, what's he going to do in that 88 machine? We'll have to take a look here. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He's going to stay out. He's going to lead a lap here. Nate Johnson going to stay out on track in his Ford Mustang. How much fuel does he have in that machine? About a 3-lap, 4-lap difference on the fuel stop so far here. So Nate Johnson stretching it out just a little bit. drivers inching towards the 20-minute mark, so we'll have just about 12 minutes to be exact in this opening run here, as Jeffrey Ramsdale gets by Caleb McCarthy for the 14th position, Richard Crane by Nathan Manwaring for 19th, Luke Smith goes by Michael Ayward for 4th. Thomas Myers also going to get a position on Ayward as he's down on the pit road. Nate Johnson now coming to pit road. Race leader going to be the 38 of Ryan Johnson. When we get back to the line, we'll jump around the track, though, find some action to watch. There's the 28, the 10, 27, all lined up running with each other. The 28 of Kevin Bernheimer struggling a little bit on the pace, finds himself all the way back in the 19th position as Tyler Rush trying to make his way by. Luke Smith has already done so. I believe that may be, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, that's the 93 of Justin Gibbs. Gibbs third in the truck running right now. Josh McKinney in the 11 Navy machine sitting up in the 12th position. He's going to be your truck class leader so far here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Keith Fonseca now leads that Xfinity class. He's up in the 7th position. Nate Johnson leads this field still. How about the pit stop? And I think he missed pit road. He missed his box. Nate Johnson missed the box, had to come all the way back around the track and back down pit road. That is going to ruin his run here in the opening stage. I was trying to do the math, and then it got like more than my fingers, so I had to stop. We will jump around the track just a little bit, see what we see. There's Tyler Rush going at it. Back behind them, there's Keith Fonseca trying to make up some ground. Patrick Anderson come to play here. He's in the 7th spot. Andy Turner has dropped a little bit of time here after that green flag pit stop. Turner sitting back in the 8th position. Truck way up the track a little bit slow here. Tyler Ziegler struggling for some pace as the 99 of Patrick Anderson is going to go flying right on by him. Caleb McCarthy and Lucas Cortland, they're going to come to pit road this time around, so they stayed out on track for quite some time, trying to rotate themselves back onto the lead lap. Unfortunately, it's not going to pay off for them. They'll both drop back one lap down. Going to be very close to falling 2 laps down here, and that is something that you just do not want to do. You cannot do here is fall 2 laps down early, as we now watch the 77 of Thomas Myers. He's trying to make up some ground, trying to make up some positions on the track. Myers running that U.S. Navy machine here tonight, honoring another father-in-law who was also a pretty unbelievable, that's what we'll go with, unbelievable individual. UM3, David Ross, U.S. Navy submariner from 81 to 85. That is an awesome little deal right there as well. So honoring another father-in-law here tonight out in the field. On board with the U.S. Navy 77 Ford Mustang, Thomas Myers now sits inside the top 5. He's running in the 4th position. Luke Smith going to put his fast Ford at the front of the field. He'll get by Tyler Rush, take that top spot away. Battle right here, not for position on the speedway. 28 of Kevin Bernheimer listed off of the lead lap, back in the 16th position here. Vinny Tabby, truck driver, last driver on the lead lap, sitting back in the 15th position. Let's go back to the front, hot and heavy, 2-3 car battle for the overall race lead with just about 8 minutes remaining in stage number 1. Ryan Johnson and Tyler Rush gonna go side by side. 2, now 3 wide down into turn number 1. Luke Smith going to pack it in down there on the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to grab that position away. They'll head down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Here they come, coming right at you right here. There they go, chasing after that truck. Heading off through the center of 3 and 4, still nose to tail. Luke Smith leads Ryan Johnson and Tyler Rush. They'll make their way off of turn number 4 and head back to the start-finish line, coming down to turn number 1 once again, right into your living room screens on your phones, tablets, whatever you may be joining us watching with tonight. There they go, right on by, heading off of turn number 2. Now Luke Smith trying to shake Ryan Johnson and Tyler Rush, but they are having none of it. They are all over him right now. Big gap back from this top 3 pack. Thomas Myers sitting 4.7 seconds back on the track. He's going to need this stage caution in order to catch up, or for these 3 drivers to have a misunderstanding at the front of the field. So let's go back, check in with your highest Xfinity running driver here tonight. He's in a world of a mess right now because he's got a Cup driver going by, and he's got a fellow competitor right behind him. There's Patrick Anderson in the 99 trying to get by Xfinity class leader Keith Fonseca, riding with the U.S. Air Force on board here tonight. 61 of Fonseca going to keep it at the top of the racetrack. That's going to leave Anderson the meat in the sandwich, and he didn't like that position, so he's going to back out just a bit. He'll run right behind now as Andy Turner has started to step away. These top 2 Xfinity drivers have got themselves over a 5-second advantage over Mark Ackerman, running well here tonight inside the top 10. 37 running back in the 9th spot. Let's go back, check in on our highest running truck series driver here tonight. The Navy E11 of Josh McKinney sitting in the 13th position here tonight. Has only gained 3 positions, but he's gained the 3 that matter, and that's the ones that put him at the top of the truck class. There you can see those Cup car drivers, your race leaders, all over him right now, coming back in the screen. 2, almost 3 wide once again with less than 5 minutes remaining in this opening stage here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. You're watching Split Decision Racing's Into Being Triple Threat Series. Action not relenting here at the front of the field. Tyler Rush still leading Ryan Johnson and Luke Smith. These 3 drivers have swapped, switched, and just tangoed really amongst each other. It looks like one will lead a lap or 2, and then another one says, you know what, it's my turn again, and they head back to the front. So nothing really sorted out at the front of the field with your race leaders, overall race leaders in that Cup class. Tyler Rush, Ryan Johnson, Luke Smith, all running distinctly different lines. Jorge Canales is kind of caught up and in a bad spot right now. He'll fall 3 laps down to your race leader. Canales sitting last in the field. And was the lap traffic right there with Canales? Was it enough to give Tyler Rush the advantage that he needed? Let's go back, check in with the U.S. Air Force 27. He's closing in on a few more of our veteran spotlighted paint schemes here tonight. There's Kayla McCarthy just off in front of them. McCarthy, big time trouble here for her tonight. She sits all the way back in 27th, struggling to keep herself, I believe, just 1 lap down. Trying to stay on the lead lap. She's got to make it another 2 minutes, and it's going to be hard-pressed for her to stay on the lead lap and get that wave around to get back on the lead lap. When we start that second stage and not going to be able to do it, Tyler Rush going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got to go because he's got Ryan Johnson closing in right behind him. McCarthy going to fall a second lap down early in stage one. Fonseca still leading Patrick Anderson back in 7th position right now. That's for your Xfinity class lead. Fonseca has been right there running at the top of that Xfinity class all race long. He's dropped 3 positions from where he started, but still leads that Xfinity class right now. And Josh McKinney in the 11 Navy truck, he's still sitting inside the top 15 in that truck class leader position. McCarthy with a big push by the 10. She's going to look to get herself back just 1 lap down. If she can somehow make this pass and get back to 1 lap down, that is going to change everything in her race. Once again with a back marker at the top of the speedway. Tyler Rush still leading Ryan Johnson. Luke Smith a little bit off pace here. He's going to drop about 0.3 of a second to your race leader. Drivers coming off of pit road. I believe that may be. I believe that was the 88 of Nate Johnson coming off of pit road. Yeah, that's who that was. Is caution flag gonna come out? Caution on the speedway. That's gonna be stage number 1 over with, done in the bag. Tyler Rush gonna take the points for winning stage 1 here tonight from Michigan International Speedway in the N2 being Turtle Shell's triple threat. Keith Fonseca gonna take the points in the Xfinity class. The 61 machine was able to keep Patrick Anderson at bay and step away to a 1.2 second advantage to walk away with the points for the Xfinity class. And back in 13th position, we've mentioned him multiple times over the past few minutes. Inside of that Navy 11, Josh McKinney gonna walk away with some points in the truck class for winning stage number 1. So as these drivers do come to a crawl, as the field slows, we'll head back up front with your overall race leader. Tyler Rush will bring the field down to pit road, and we will step away from the track for just a brief moment while drivers head down pit road and get their pit stops in, and race control can get everything sorted out. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action live right here from Michigan International Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back trackside as the pace car lights have came back on. Halfway down the backstretch and the pace car lights come back on. We will wave off the green flag. Not gonna go this time around. We'll go one more time around before we get things set and ready to fire back up here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Want to give you guys a little cheat sheet once again. We have not hit that 45-minute remaining mark, so a little bit of a cheat sheet here. 48 laps into tonight's race. We are 35 minutes into tonight's race. So if you're out there participating in the Dave's Dollars, there's your little cheat sheet. You've only got yourself about 13 minutes to get that lap count over there on the YouTube side of things. See if you can't win Dave's Dollars here tonight. And Brian, I think we really overshot this. I'm trying to do some math here. 48 laps, 35 minutes. That's about 100 laps. We're a little bit over. Pace car lights back off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by single file restarts here and split decisions into being Turtle Shell's Triple Threat. Season number 2, you're watching Chase Race number 2 live right here from Michigan International Speedway. Race leader Luke Smith will lead the field back to the restart box. Tyler Rush right behind him. Thomas Myers, Andy Turner, Keith Fonseca, Mark Ackerman, John Peterson, Patrick Anderson, Dave Gilbert, and Ryan Johnson round out your top 10 for the restart here. Field coming to turn 3 and 4. You'll see the iRacing pace car duck on off, and we'll get set to fire it on up. Yeah, right? Whoops. Overshot that one. Wait for it, and green flag flies as Luke Smith nails the loud pedal up through the gears already, and he begins to step away 3/10 of a second advantage. How about Thomas Myers sitting right here in that 77 machine, running third overall? He's got a few back markers to deal with. I believe that's Josh McKinney just off in front of him. McKinney listed as the first driver, one lap down. And McKinney no longer. What happened here? We're going to go back here. There's Dave Desparios. Listed in the timing and scoring as your truck class leader. There you can see him. He's 10 and a half seconds behind the race leader, and he didn't come to pit road. He stayed out. What a move. He's going to stay out. He'll have that truck class lead, but he's going to have to give it up. Despario's down to pit road now. The 11 of McKinney and Vinny Tabby going to take those top two spots. We'll jump back up at the front because Tyler Rush has ran down Luke Smith. We've seen hot and heavy battle between these two drivers. Now a new driver in the mix, the 77 of Thomas Myers. He wants some TV time right here at the front. Will we see three wide? And once again with two Fords and one bow tie at the front of this field. I mean, I hope you're not gonna die, because I've gotten it wrong a lot. I don't think I've gotten it correct a single time, actually. Since we've been running Dave's Dollars for 2 seasons now, 2 full seasons here with Split Decision Racing's into being Turtle Shell's Triple Threat Series. I've yet to win my own money. A few times, some few drivers out there, a few fans have actually nailed it and hit it on the mark, and well, we've had to pay up. Typically that rolling over $5 each and every time nobody gets it, and $10 for the chase races. We're sitting somewhere right around the $60 mark right here since we fired things back up for Dave's Dollars here about midway through season number 2 here. So yeah, I mean, quite a bit of change on the line here tonight. If anybody can walk away with Dave's Dollars, if you don't get it here tonight, keep it in mind. Next week, we will be trackside once again at Kansas Speedway for Chase Race number 3. And if you haven't already, join us in that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And who knows, you may be able to slide through and win Dave's Dollars here on a Friday night. That's why you click subscribe and smash the bell. You don't need to write it down on the calendar. We'll give you a friendly little notification each and every time we go live. Great racing action 7 days a week coming from the headquarters and the production rooms right here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you all for joining us here tonight, and a big shout out, thank you, and you're welcome once again to each and every veteran that served our great country. Without you, we couldn't do the things that we love and enjoy to do. We couldn't do this right here in the virtual world and have our great fun each and every week. So many thank yous to all of our service members, and a big shout out to all the drivers in the field here tonight, showing these veterans a little more love here by extending the Veterans Day celebration to a Friday night event here with Split Decisions into being Turtle Shell's Triple Threat Series Chase Race number 2. Lots of great things going on out there in Split Decision Racing. Check out the podcast tomorrow. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can check them out. Into the Apex, check them out on Spotify and any other streaming service you listen to your podcasts on. David Desparios has some trouble. He's going to head down to pit road. Looks like he's going to be there for an extended stay here now. While still on the track, battle for that overall race lead. The Cup cars, they started towards the tail end of this field. Well, all of them started outside of the top 20, and they have driven their way up to the front and have now dominated this race here tonight. Tyler Rush leads Thomas Myers, Andy Turner, Luke Smith falling back to 4th. Keith Fonseca, 3.6 seconds behind in the Air Force 61 machine here tonight. Fonseca kind of all alone right now at this point in time. He's going to have 3 Cup drivers breathing down his neck here very shortly. Fonseca leads your Xfinity class. the way back here in 19th position. I say all the way back here, but he's not very far behind your race leaders. Josh McKinney still sitting one lap down. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, McKinney listed the first driver one lap down, and yes, indeed, that 19th position listed in the lucky dog. He'll get himself back on the lead lap as long as he can stay there. We are inching closer to that 45-minute remaining mark, 45 minutes into tonight's race. This is going to be a good one to the end, and who's going to make their way in? We forgot all about that. We've been so caught up in all these great racing panels all over this huge racetrack here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. We got to remember there's drivers trying to make the cutoff here. Tyler Rush, he's doing everything he can to secure his spot in the next rounds of the championship rundown. Tyler came into tonight's race last driver in the top 6 for the championship standings. Nate Johnson and Dave Gilbert right behind him, trying to find a way to get themselves into the championship rounds of 3 and 4. Gilbert, 7 machine. Let's check in with him. There he is, running 5th on the track. He's doing what he can from his driver's seat to get the job done. Struggling a little bit here with the pace. A driver in the 88 machine, the Ford of Nate Johnson, struggling just a little bit. He's listed as the last driver on the lead lap, back in the 18th position. So that is a little insight on your Cup drivers and how things are shaking out in the point standings and in the chase cutoff. Heading forward into chase race number 3 at Kansas Speedway next Friday night right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. How about this driver right here, Keith Fonseca? He was listed in the next round. Only the top 2 in the Xfinity class are locked in. They don't have to worry about how things shake out here tonight. Adam Benefield, though, and Michael Ayward, those are the 2 drivers that need solid runs, that need to break their way into that championship 6. And there you can see that 9 of Benefield working his way off of turn 4. Michael Ayward in the 12, not too far off behind him, about 1 second behind. So Ayward doing what he can to try to get himself back into the championship 6. Jeffrey Ramsdell, last driver on the inside, looking to continue his run. He's going to run in the 12th position, about 1.8 seconds out in front of Benefield. We'll go back and highlight this driver right here. Tough break here tonight for this 93 of Justin Gibbs, riding with the Wounded Warrior Project on the side of the truck here tonight. Gibbs listed out of that championship 6, just 2 points behind Jonathan Kuzmano, and Kuzmano having a decently solid night here. He's running 4th in the truck class, so looks like he's trying to secure his spot into the next 2 rounds of the championship rundown here for season number 2 with Split Decision Racing's Into Being Triple Threat Series. We'll jump back around the track once again just a little bit. Let's go up here. How's the 99 of Patrick Anderson running? Sitting back in the 9th position. Mark Ackerman right there in the 37 machine. There you can see him. He's going around the track, running in the 12th position. Adam Benefield just behind him. Jeffrey Ramsdell not too far off in front. About a second to a string of drivers out in front of Ackerman right here is Patrick Anderson. The 99 going to pull the pit road this time around. Well, you've got just about 2 minutes remaining. Get your picks in for Dave's Dollars over there on the YouTube side of things. Make it official. How many laps will these drivers be able to turn in this 95-minute timed event? You got what it takes to walk away with Dave's Dollars. 16 of John Peterson, kind of a quiet night for him. Haven't really spoke much about Peterson. He's running solidly in the 11th position. Now going to drop back to 12th, as I believe Peterson may be coming to pit road. Yes, he's going to join Fonseca. Ramsdell down to pit road. Michael Ayward going to pull to pit road as well. 12 drivers at the front of the field still staying out on the track, watching the battle now for first and second as Andy Turner has run back down. Thomas Myers, Tyler Rush dealing with Luke Smith just behind them. We've got 4 drivers at the front of this field under a blanket. It's a Ford leading 2 Chevys, followed by another Ford. And then Dave Gilbert in the 7 Chevy machine will round out your top 5. And you know, we're just now seeing this. A lonely Toyota driver out there on the track. John Peterson, man, he's got to feel like the last pick at recess here. The only Toyota driver in the field? Really? I don't know. I guess nobody likes the Yodas. Mark Ackerman and Nathan Manwaring to pit road this time around. And with just about 10 minutes remaining here in stage number 2, how will things shake out? We'll look through the timing and scoring here very shortly. Kayla McCarthy doing all she can to try to keep herself just 1 lap down. She was able to drive back around the race leaders and get herself back just 1 lap down. But now, how are things going to shake out? There you can see McCarthy running just in front of Lucas Gortman. Back in the 12th position during this green flag pit stop situation, because, I mean, it's all over the board. Adam Benefield going to come to pit road this time around. So, I mean, we've got drivers to pit road at all sorts of different times so far this evening, as we are just 10 minutes away now from that second stage break, and drivers will reset and get ready to run to the end of tonight's race. There you can see just off in front, Keith Fonseca. He's trying to get himself back up into the lead of the Xfinity class. William Klingbeil going to pull to pit road. The 83 going to give up the top spot in the Xfinity lead. Patrick Anderson in the 99, he was right there. He came to pit road 1 lap before Keith Fonseca, and he has been able to jump leapfrog Fonseca now on the track. Anderson takes the Xfinity class lead. We will go back towards the front of the field, though. Watch the battles unfold for first and second, third and fourth on the speedway. All of them going to stay out on track back here with Kayla McCarthy once again in a Hornet's nest. 17 of Lucas Gortman still behind her. There's the 48 machine of Michael Gitchell just off in front. 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdell going around the track. He's going to run third in that Xfinity line so far here tonight. Just about to the 60-minute mark from Michigan International Speedway here tonight for the split decision into being Triple Threat Series, brought to you in partnership by Turtle Shells Design. Going to stay right here with McCarthy for the moment. She's still listed 1 lap down. She's not in that lucky dog position. Patrick Anderson running 8th on the track right now. He is listed as the first driver 1 lap down in the overall lucky dog position. But McCarthy being 1 lap down, she may be able to get herself back on the same lap, back on the lead lap where the race leaders come the end of this second stage. We'll have to see if that plays out the way we think it very well may for her, and that might give her race a shot in the arm. She has been struggling with damage control ever since lap number 1, and here comes McCarthy to pit road. 17 of Lucas Gortman, he's going to follow her directly down the pit road. Nate Johnson, last come driver out there in the field. He's going to go by pit road. He'll stay out on the track. He will now take over the lucky dog position in the Cup class. Gortman down and away. McCarthy McCarthy down and away. Lucas Gortman just taking fuel only. He's going to try to get himself in that lucky dog position because we are just about 6 minutes away from the stage break here. Going to bring the cars back to crawl up at the front though. Andy Turner not willing to let Thomas Myers step away. Tyler Rush, Luke Smith still lined up nose to tail. How about the 71 of Jorge Canales? He's got some fresh tires on his truck, and he's looking to make this a little bit of headway. He's got a lot of laps to make up. I believe down 4 laps here now. Yes, and Canales indeed 4 laps down. He's looking to try to at least get 3 laps down here tonight. And leading the truck class, Vinny Tabby. First time he's led the truck class here tonight. How about the 47? He came into tonight's race somewhat in danger of possibly being knocked out of that championship 6. And running at the front of the truck class, that's right where you want to be to give yourself the best shot at moving on to round number 2 and still having a shot at the championship run in chase race number 3 and then chase race number 4 as your top 3 to 4 all come to pit road this time by. Big race to pit road. Turner hot on the brakes. What does Ryan Johnson do? Does Johnson pull the pit road this time around? We'll go back here with the battle between the 16 of John Peterson. That's the 48, actually, of Michael Gitchell, who's listed all the way back in the 21st position off of the lead lap. 16 of Peterson also listed off of the lead lap, going to get himself back on the lead lap as he goes by race leaders on pit road. And looking for Ryan Johnson, he came down the pit road back on lap number 73. Looks like a fuel only stop for him. Not able to really leapfrog anybody, not able to really gain much at all. As there you see your race leaders coming back off the pit road. Drivers battling for that Cup class lead here as we get closer to the end of stage number 2. And Andy Turner, he's going to keep the top spot through the green flag exchange. Ryan Johnson still over 3 seconds back behind the field right now. You can see that number dropping very, very rapidly as he's beginning to close in. As these drivers still getting up to full song. Back across the stripe, down to turn number 1. We are 3 minutes away from the 60-minute mark. And as we get close to that 60-minute mark, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to each and every one of the sponsors making the 2021 season possible. A huge thank you to Butt Kicker, Feel What You've Been Missing, as well as Turtle Shells Designs, the Marconi Setup Shop into being also a big part of season number 2 here. Into being LLC involved in the medical prototyping world. If you're looking to develop or market your prototype for a medical device, hit up Into Being. They can help you navigate all the little ups and downs and gray areas and help get your product developed in use and distributed throughout the country. Head on over to Into Being. close, tight battle still here at the front of the field. Andy Turner leads Thomas Myers, Tyler Rush, Luke Smith. Now back and forth with Ryan Johnson rounding out your top 5. Less than 60 seconds remaining here, tight end stage number 2. There you can see it on the stopwatch clicking on down. 43, 2, 1, 40 seconds now remain in stage number 2. Andy Turner looking to lead yet another stage. Patrick Anderson in control of the Xfinity class right now. He's got himself quite a bit of an advantage. I believe it looks to be just about a 2-second advantage over Jeffrey Ramsdale running back in the 9th position. And how about Vinny Tabby? He's got himself an 8-second gap over Matthew Wheeler. Wheeler turning his race around. The 21 sits second in the truck class. Vinny Tabby leads all the trucks out there on the field, and it looks like we will see the caution flag fly here any moment. And there it is. Caution on the speedway. We have reached the 60-minute mark here tonight from Michigan International Speedway for chase race number 2. And split decision racing's into being Turtle Shell's Triple Threat season number 2. And well, race fans, as we bring this back behind the pace car, as things come to a crawl once again, we'll check back in with your stage winner in the Cup class, Andy Turner. He'll bring the field behind the pace car. There that iRacing pace car is, and we will step away for a short commercial break. Let the drivers come down pit road, get their fuel in service, tires, get re-lined up and ready to fire things back off. Once again, don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back live once again with all your green flag action here from Michigan International Speedway.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
We'll jump back live trackside right as we get ready to come off turn 4. Pace car down and away, field single file, and green flag flies. Once again, here from Michigan International Speedway, Andy Turner set sail, Kevin Bernheimer right behind him. What a turnaround for that 28. He's been able to get himself back on the lead lap and back up at the front of the field with some fuel strategy. At the end of stage 2, Bernheimer taking gas only. Jorge Canales getting by Jonathan Kuzmano. That's going to be for 26th as Richard Crane also gets by Michael Hayward. That's for 18th. Patrick Anderson by Nate Johnson for 7th as Johnson gets back by Anderson now. Thomas Myers having some issues here. He's going to run side by side now as he's got the 27 of Tyler Rush all over him. And how about that 27? Man, he shot out of a cannon here tonight. He has been fast all night long. The 27 of Tyler Rush moves back into the 3rd position. Look for him to duck down to the bottom of the racetrack, and there he goes. We called it. We knew the move was coming. Tyler Rush gonna bury it down into turn number 3, catfish it around through the center of the corner. Keep it at the bottom of the track, right behind the 35. Now looking for a little slipstream, some draft help, and he's gonna put it to the bottom again. To the bottom again, through 1 and 2. Can he make the pass? We'll see if he has the advantage down the backstretch. Going to move to the top side. Not going to have the room for it. They'll drag race coming right at you. Heading into turn number 3. Rest of the field all stacked up behind them. And how about Turner at the top, able to keep the position for now. Rush, the run, wore out. It fell off. It is not there no more. Rush gonna drop now side by side with Kevin Bernheimer and Thomas Myers. He's in a good spot here, just kind of catbird seat for the time being. And how about the pit road strategy by that 28? That is a gutsy call, fuel only to begin our final stage of the night. We are down now to just 25 minutes remaining into tonight's race. And I tell you what, race fans, we're still going to give you what you're looking for, what you want. Let's get rid of some of the graphics on screen. For those of you participating in Dave's Dollars here tonight, let's give you a quick insight on how we're looking. 90 laps into tonight's race, right at the 70-minute mark. 25 minutes to go. How many more will these drivers be able to put in? I don't know. I think we're going to end up somewhere around the 126 mark. I mean, I've already guessed 156, and I don't think these drivers are going to put in 60-plus laps in 25 minutes. So, unfortunately, Dave, not going to win my own money. So, is what it is on that one. Let's see if Brian, if you're right out there, or how about Cody? Cody out there in the chat putting 132 laps in. That's I mean, that's right there on point. Looking back around the track, Patrick Anderson leading the Xfinity class. He has Jeffrey Ramsdale all over him. Keith Fonseca not too far off. Fonseca has won the first two stages for the Xfinity class. But now Ramsdale, he is looking for a way to find his way into that championship 6. We'll have to take another good look at this one. Ramsdale, indeed, is the last driver in the championship 6, so he's trying to make sure he secures that spot. Keith Fonseca, a little bit more of a buffer zone, riding right behind him. Shouldn't have any issues here, barring any late race catastrophe for that 61. Fonseca will move right on along. Let's go look at this battle on track. We've got a lot of drivers mixed up right here. There's Kayla McCarthy. John Peterson just off in front of him, in front of her at the top of the track. Has William Klingbeil right beside him, and just to the outside of Kayla McCarthy. McCarthy going to look to the bottom of the speedway. She'll go right on by that 83 and right to the top of the track, right across the nose. And here comes the Navy 17 of Lucas Courtman. Man, McCarthy and Courtman have been pretty much glued to each other since they were involved in that early lap number 1 incident here tonight. Both of those drivers have been struggling to get themselves back on the lead lap all night long. McCarthy has finally done it. Lucas Gortman has finally done it. And we have gone ourselves a race towards the front of the field. Can McCarthy somehow break away from this pack of drivers, all towing off of the lead car here? $37 of Mark Ackerman, and that Ackerman Aviation Group sponsored machine goes to the top of the speedway. The 37 to the top of the track. Gortman still going to stay right behind McCarthy. There's the 88 of Nate Johnson. He's looking for some more track spots. And Luke Smith, what happened to Luke Smith? Went from battling at the front of this field to now being way back in the pack outside of your top 10. Luke Smith now running in that 12th position, sitting over 8 seconds behind your race leader, Andy Turner. Not quite sure what happened with Smith, but he has fallen from grace. He is now sitting all the way back in the 12th position. Here's a battle once again. Fonseca looks to make up a place on Ramsdale, gonna do so, and he'll set his sights on that 99 of Patrick Anderson, not too far off in front. We will jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say we go back up here towards the front of the field? Oh, well, no, let's go back here again. Looks like producers wanting to stay here with some of the action involving the Cup cars in the Xfinity class. They're going to be nose to tail, 2-3 wide through the track here, coming off of turn number 4. We're at Michigan International Speedway for Chase Race number 2 in season number 2 for Split Decision Racing's Into Being Turtle Shell's Triple Threat Series. Just about 20 minutes now remaining in tonight's race. Who's going to be able to capture the flag in their respected series? Let's jump around, see who we got leading what series so far out there tonight. It looks like you'd look no further than the driver at the top of the point standings, on top of the pylon right now. That is the driver sitting right here in that 35 machine. Andy Turner leads the field and leads the Cup class. Back in the 10th position, rounding out the drivers inside the top 10, Patrick Anderson leads the Xfinity class. He's dropped a handful of positions as McCarthy, Gortman, Smith, and Johnson all were able to get up and around him. Still running solidly, though, right here in that 10th position. He's got Jeffrey Ramsdell right behind him. That's a battle for the Xfinity class lead, but for now, Anderson has that spot. Further way back down through the field, I say way back down because these truck drivers, they were up in the mix for a vast majority of the race. Matthew Wheeler in the 21 truck, how about that? Matthew Wheeler driving that U.S. Navy machine, honoring his dad, David Wheeler, who served in the U.S. Navy. Driver of that 21 truck, making Papa proud out there, showing him some love on the truck. It looks like he may have the speed to find his way to the post-race interviews and snatch the checkered flag for the truck class. Driver in the Ford F-150 21, Matthew Wheeler sits top of the truck class, back in 22nd overall. Back at the front, though, we'll check it out. We've got 5 Cup drivers all lined up with each other. Oh, my goodness. You can see that 27 of Tyler Rush right there. Last driver inside of that top 5. The 77 of Thomas Myers is down 1 lap. It looks like Myers may have come to pit road about 10 laps ago or so, a handful of laps ago. And Myers is in some trouble now as he is falling to the wayside. He is no longer in this lead pack. He's going to lose a little bit of ground to this entire field. And Myers looks like he may have called a strategy wrong here, only on pit road for 12 seconds. So it doesn't look like a full 4-tire stop, maybe just right sides and a full tank of gas for that 77. So going to be tough to see how the pace shakes out here for him. 2 minutes away from the 80-minute mark, so we have 17 minutes left in tonight's chase race number 2 here in Split Decision Racing, Into Being Turtle Shell's Triple Threat Series season number 2. Chase race number 2 at Michigan International Speedway. Andy Turner leads Kevin Bernheimer. Ryan Johnson back up into the mix. Dave Gilbert right there. Tyler Rush still trying to get back to the front. He's going to round out your top 5. And how about the run out of this lady right here inside that 24 Exalta machine? Big moment there for Tyler Rush. But how about Kayla McCarthy? We can't show her enough love here tonight. She has done I don't know if I can say that. She has done a great job. Let's put it that way. Done an amazing job of getting herself back up into the mix. Was involved in an early incident here back on lap number 1, and she struggled all night long. 1 lap down, 2 laps down, back to 1 lap down. Finally, at the end of that second stage, she was able to get herself past leaders, and now she is back inside the top 5 back inside the top 10, looking to gain a top 5. She's sitting 6th right now. She's got company, and they are moving towards the front. McCarthy sits 9 seconds back behind your race leader, Andy Turner, as Mark Ackerman and Michael Wayward both come to pit road this time around. McCarthy's going to go ahead and pull this train of 4 cars to pit road this time around. Andy Turner going to stay out on the track. There's the 35 of Turner. He's going to make his way off of turn number 2. Back down the back stretch where when will Turner, Bernheimer, Johnson, Rush, Gilbert, when will they come to pit road? How about Patrick Anderson, Jeffrey Ramsdale, Keith Fonseca, John Peterson, Nathan Manwaring, Richard Crane? They are all yet to hit pit road as well, so your top 11 stay out on the track. Mixing it up in the Texaco Havoline machine, that Ford Mustang of Kevin Bernheimer. He played some strategy and got himself up here in the front of the field with a great pit strategy, in my opinion. Pulling the okey doke there on the stage brake caution, come down, got just fuel only, got himself out on the racetrack inside the top 5, and he continues to run in the top 5 right here with some very fast cars at the front. Ryan Johnson gonna go around the outside with help from Tyler Rush. Those 2 drivers will take the top 2 spots away from Andy Turner. Dave Gilbert in the 7 right there, still up in this mix. Dave not giving up just yet. And we mentioned everybody out there running with, their father-in-law, with their dad on the cars and stuff. How about this right here? Big shout out to this man. We mentioned it. We're going to show him coming to pit road. We're going to keep it right here because we always tell people, you always got to thank the wife first. That's what you got to do. And with the Air National Guard, Sergeant Gina Gilbert riding along board with her husband. That's right, showing his wife some appreciation and love right here from Michigan International Speedway. Nice looking car right here. Dave Gilbert looks to bring that 7 home with a little bit of hardware with the wife on board. Will he get the job done? He rolls off of pit road. Ryan Johnson and Tyler Rush both stayed out on track. One more lap. Andy Turner, Kevin Bernheimer, Dave Gilbert all off of pit road this time around. There you can see that 35. And Bernheimer may have been close to getting a black flag there. Those right side tires look like they may have touched the track before the pit road exit. No pit road penalties here tonight for anybody. No drivers hit with any penalties all night long on and off pit road with these green flag pit cycles as well as the caution flag pit stops. So a heck of a job by the entire field, able to be very cognizant and aware of their speed and how they get to pit road. Tyler Rush, though, and Ryan Johnson, they took, it looks like, fuel only, and they'll race off of pit road. There goes the cone. We've got a race for the top spot. Once again, Andy Turner, Tyler Rush, Kevin Bernheimer, Ryan Johnson, Dave Gilbert. Your top 5 before the pit stop. Your top 5 once again. As we find ourselves close to just the 10-minute remaining mark, we're going to give you one final look in before the end of tonight's race. Let's check that lap count. 110 laps laid down so far. These drivers have been at it for close to 85 minutes. I believe it's, they still got 7 minutes to go, it looks like. And, well, no. 6 minutes. 11 minutes. I can math. I just have to use my toes sometimes too. "11 minutes remain on the stopwatch for tonight's chase race number 2. Which one of these drivers on the outside looking in are going to be able to find their way into the championship 6 of their respected series and classes? Let's go back, check out where the truck drivers are running here. Justin Gibbs came into tonight's race on the outside looking in. He needed to make up at least 2 points on Jonathan Guzmano, John Humphrey, or Vinny Tabby. And all of those drivers, well, except for one, we are not seeing Humphrey out there on the track. So it looks like Justin Gibbs may be, after all, finding a way to get himself in to the next round. We'll have to check all the math out on that one, but I do believe Justin Gibbs, by starting the race and John Humphrey not being here tonight, I do believe that's going to put Justin Gibbs in the 93 into the next round of the chase. We'll have to double check into that. Let's go check out this driver right here. Michael Hayward came into tonight's race sitting 3 points out of the championship 6. He is running all the way back in the 19th position, struggling a little bit with the pace, and the driver right behind him, the 9 of Adam Benefiel, went from front of this field to last driver in the Xfinity class. That's not gonna vote well for his championship hopes. Benefiel and Hayward both came into tonight's race 3 points out. Jeffrey Ramsdell, first driver, or last driver in, I should say, and Ramsdell sitting up in the 12th position, so it doesn't look like anybody going to gain very much at all. Michael Gitchell sitting just a handful more points, 5 points inside the cutoff line. He leads the Xfinity class right now with less than 10 minutes to go. The 48 of Michael Gitchell has found the front of his class. And well, let's go back up here with your overall race leader, Andy Turner, sitting inside of that 35 machine. Turner, I believe, is in the championship in the championship chase, second round without any problems. I believe he's going to head to Kansas with a shot at moving on to the championship race. We're going to have 2 races to decide that. Kansas going to be the first one up. Ryan Johnson, he's securely in. And Tyler Rush in that 27. He was the driver, the last driver on the in. Looking out, 5 points ahead of Dave Gilbert, who's running just in front of him. Is that going to be enough for Gilbert to get up there and make up those points? Keep in mind, Rush has won some stages here tonight. Andy Turner back at the front of the field. There's Kevin Bernheimer and Ryan Johnson stacked up right behind him. My goodness, man, I'm telling you, it's going to come down to the nitty-gritty. iRacing calling it with 7 laps left. I believe these drivers going to get in a little bit more than those 7 laps. Still nose to tail for the top spot. Still nose to tail for the Cup Class lead. Drivers out there putting on a show in these Gen 6 Cup cars here on iRacing.com. The Gen 6 cars coming to iRacing a handful of months ago. And Split Decision Racing decided, you know what, let's take the old Cup car out. Let's go ahead and put the future of NASCAR in. Let's go with the Gen 6 cars. And it has been quite a show week in, week out. These Gen 6 drivers all over each other. They have been pretty much the premier class week in and week out. We've seen them all qualified towards the tail end of the field. I think they wanted to have themselves a little bit of fun by driving up through the field, because everybody but Luke Smith, who is struggling here tonight, back in the 21st position, the 10, with some trouble after running near the front for a vast majority of tonight's race. Luke Smith going to fall to the wayside all the way back to 21st now, listed 2 laps down, some big trouble for him. Final few moments winding down off of the stopwatch. Looks like we're going to have ourselves right at 5.5 minutes remaining in tonight's race. Field halfway down the backstretch. Andy Turner leads them all. Ryan Johnson stacked up right behind him, just 1/10 separate them. There's Keith Fonseca. Fonseca going to fall off of the lead lap once again here. Fonseca was one of your highest running Xfinity class drivers. Now he finds himself off the lead lap in the lucky dog position. It's going to be hard pressed to get that lap back. I don't think we will see a full course caution from here on out. There's Adam Benefield. Benefield going to try to keep himself just 1 lap down. Race leader is going to try to put him 2 laps down. And I'm telling you, it's going to get close here, and we're going to run it down as the drivers. I tell you what, let's get rid of iRacing's predictions. What do you say? Let's go ahead and get rid of some of the graphics on the screen. Get rid of the prediction show up there. We'll leave the old school ticker so we can keep track of these lap counts here. Lap 121 now underway with just 4 minutes to go. Side-by-side action. Oh, the 93 into the outside wall just a little bit. Justin Gibbs still struggling to find the grip, struggling to find the pace. Somehow has found a way into your top 6. After one of the drivers on the inside was safe coming into tonight's race at 220 points on the season, John Humphrey looks like he's going to fall out of that championship contention with missing tonight's race, and Justin Gibbs should move himself right. Oh my gosh! Ackerman hard into the inside wall. No caution, we stay green flag racing. There's the 88 of Nate Johnson closing in on the 10 of Luke Smith. Smith still sitting two laps down. Yes, 2 laps down is Luke Smith, right behind Kayla McCarthy, who has made her way back to a top 5. What a run by McCarthy. If there was a vote for driver of the race, I think it would have to go to, it'd have to go to McCarthy. That's just my opinion. Sorry. Started in the rear, drove all the way up through the field after being caught up and involved with an on-track incident, so has done it with damage. And back inside the top 5. That is one heck of a run by one heck of a driver. Field makes their way back into turn number 1 with just about 2 minutes now remaining on the stopwatch. 124 laps now on the board. How many more will we get? I think we're going to see a 126 before we see the checkered flag here tonight. So unfortunately, checking out the chat, let's go make sure we're correct about this one. Don't want to call this one prematurely, but yeah, looks like Brian, you're going to miss it just barely, and Cody, you're just going to barely miss out on it too. So it looks like Dave's Dollar is going to roll on to another week. We had 50 in the pot. Chase race not being claimed this week. We're going to add $10 to it. It's going to be a $60 purse next week when we hit the track at Kansas Speedway. So come on back, join us then once again, and you can try to win Dave's Dollars at Kansas Speedway. But first, we've got to finalize this one at Michigan International Speedway. Chase race number 2 for Split Decision Racing's Turtle Shells into being Triple Threat Series. Just 2 minutes now on the stopwatch. beginning to count on down from there. Driver going to get another couple handfuls. Oh my goodness, this might get close there. We may have said it prematurely. Brian, get your ticket ready, buddy. Less than 60 seconds remaining, and oh, so close out there in the chat, Brian. Man, I tell you what, if close counted, we would have to give it to you because you are all over it here. Ryan Johnson gonna go to the top. Ryan Johnson makes a pass for the race lead. Let's go up here. Andy Turner gonna grab it back. Ooh, crossing the line, we'll have one final lap here tonight. Andy Turner leads the field. We are now at that 95-minute mark. There it is on the stopwatch. Boom. That's it. We will cross the line and it will be official this time around. Andy Turner leads Ryan Johnson. Will he be able to hold him off in 3 and 4? Down to the bottom goes Turner. Johnson to the top. Tiny Horse trying to take the long way around. It's not going to work. The 38 going to lose a little ground through the center of the corner. Checkered flag in the air, and Andy Turner snatches the checkered flag here tonight in chase race number 2. How about Patrick Anderson? There you can see the 99. He's coming through 3 and 4 this time. Oh, 1 and 2 actually. Long way to go around the track still for Anderson. And he will snatch the checkered flag for the Xfinity Series. What about your truck class winner here tonight? There's Matthew Wheeler, the driver inside of the 21 truck, gets the job done. We will go back up front with your overall race leader for just a moment as he begins to give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show. The other class leaders will join him on the front stretch and burn it on down for everybody in the stands here tonight. And we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Get things set and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. back trackside at the conclusion of another great race here with split decision racings into being triple threat series. Chase race number 2 now in the bag here from Michigan International Speedway. What a night. What a race. Let's see if we can't dial up a few cars here. Let's see if we can't get a hold of a few of the drivers out there. What do you say we start off with the driver that walked away with the truck class win? Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the man inside the 21 Ford F-150. Matthew, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
Doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I feel great. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd feel great, after walking away with a truck class win. So, I mean, how you feeling? I mean, you said great, but looking forward on the season, how you feeling about the rest of this run?
Well, New Hampshire's gonna be a problem child for me, but we'll try and make it work. But I had that early crash in the beginning of the race and was able to make it back, and I don't know, blew my own mind. So.
Well, there was a lot of crazy racing action there, especially towards the front or the start of tonight's race. The trucks and the Xfinity cars all kind of mixed up there at the front. You had the Cup drivers trying to make their way through. What was it like in those first 5 to 10 laps?
It was stressful. You just kind of you almost don't want to move too much. You just but yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Absolutely. I mean, a great night here. It was a great night to sit and watch everybody out there on the track getting the job done. We spoke about you multiple times throughout the night. Kind of surprised us there towards the end. Nothing meant by that. Just, kind of had a quiet night, and then just all of a sudden, boom, you were there, and it was, oh, well, okay.
Right. Yeah, that high line was working very good tonight. It was working great for me tonight. So that's what I tried to run all night.
Absolutely. Well, making Pops proud out there on board with you on that 21 machine.
Yes, sir.
So, saluting some of the veterans, and you chose your dad, and I can't think of a better way to get to victory lane than when your Pops riding on board with you. So, Matthew, congratulations again on your truck class win. Before we let you go, though, you want to give any special thanks, shout-outs, or love yous?
Yeah, I'll shout out my dad, Dave Wheeler, and my brother. I also had his picture on my truck. My brother, Michael Bailey, is also in the Coast Guard stationed out in L.A. And just shout out to Taco Lover Racing. Good to get them another win. Back Row Racing as well. Good to get them another win. And let's move on to the next one and keep it going.
All right, my man. Well, we'll try to catch up with you next week at Kansas, and we'll see what happens from there.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right, there you have it. That was Matthew Wheeler inside of the 21 Ford F-150. He's going to snatch the checkered flag in the top spot in that truck class here tonight. That's going to move us right along to the driver that walked away with the class win once again in the Xfinity class. I think we're just going to get him his own personal chair over here in the booth with us, Patrick Anderson. It's Dave. You got me again?
Yeah, I got you.
How you feeling after another class win, man?
Lucky. I think, Jeff Ramsdell, I think he had a good chance at beating me on that last stage, but, the cards just fell where they fell, and I ended up on top, and, it's awesome.
There was a few moments with some great racing action there. You side by side with a few of the Cup drivers, side by side with some truck drivers, as well as your fellow Xfinity competitors. Was there ever a moment that you got a little worried and maybe needed to kind of reassess the situation?
I think like anytime that we got behind the Cup cars, because you just didn't know where they were going, and it kind of reminded me of like last season when I was in trucks and you're racing with the Xfinity cars a lot, and you were going back and forth with the Xfinity cars, and now that's what it kind of reminded me of tonight with the setups that they had. It's just we would run down the cup cars on the straights, and they would pull us in the corners. So by the end of the straights, you're like, which way do you go? So I got a little hairy every now and then, but picked all the right lines and put it on P1.
Yeah, sometimes you think they're going this way and they went that way, and bad things can happen. But fortunately for you and your crew, another good night in the bag. You will securely move on to chase race number 3 with still a shot at the championship. So again, Patrick, as usual, as always, before we let you go and enjoy this class win tonight, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, as always, my wife, she's downstairs. Um, so without her, letting me do this, I couldn't do it. So definitely got to thank her. Then my teammates, Jeff Ramsdell, Richard Crane, Jonathan Cusimano. He had an awesome finish tonight. Like our development series guys, David Scott, Stephen Wood. Just good teamwork. We've had a lot of good teamwork going on this season, and it's turning out good.
All right. Well, Patrick, again, my man, congratulations on yet another Xfinity class win. And we will look to catch up with you over the final few races this season.
Yeah, hope to talk to you again, Dave.
All right, my man. Until then, enjoy this win.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, there you have it. Patrick Anderson back in victory lane in the Xfinity class once again here from Michigan International Speedway. He will be, I don't want to say clean and clear into that championship night. He's still got to make it through 2 more races before that will be a fact. But he is one of the toughest runners in that Xfinity class, and look for him to be one of the drivers that you have to deal with. Patrick Anderson walks away with the Xfinity class win, and that's going to lead us to the man that walked away at the front of the field inside the 35. Andrew Turner is Dave in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with the Cup class and overall race win here tonight?
Feels great. A couple weeks ago, I had a heartbreaker. I lost it on the last lap, and it not only cost me the race, but it cost me a spot in the playoff. So to win feels good. When I moved up the Cup, I didn't know if I'd ever get a win because these guys are really really good. But tonight I was able to have pretty much a mistake-free race. It was a little hairy there at the beginning with the Cup guys starting behind the other 2 classes. Um, but once we got clear of them, it was pretty smooth sailing.
Now, Andy, you said it yourself. Missing out on the chase here coming into tonight's race. Does that make this race win any sweeter? Kind of like a snubbing your nose, if you will, at the rest of the Cup field. Like, see, you thought I was gone and out of your hair, but I'm gonna take these race wins from you now.
I mean, I'm not snubbing my nose, but it does feel good. All those guys are really good. I had some bad luck this year. Um, it came down to a couple weeks ago, and I just let it slip out of my hands. That hurt really bad. I'm not gonna lie, but this win makes up for it.
Absolutely, I would suppose so. Well, congratulations to you and your entire 35 crew getting to victory lane here tonight with Staff Sergeant James Turner on the side of your car. I would expect that's going to be a relative, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dad. He's the one that got me interested in racing. We still go to the races together. He was in the Delaware National Guard from 1970 to 1976, and so that's what I'm uh, riding with, Delaware National Guard.
All right. Well, another proud papa here being on board with a class winner here tonight. So, again, Andy, congratulations on the class win. And before we let you go and enjoy tonight's celebrations, would you like to give any special thanks, shout outs, love yous?
Just of course, a shout out to my dad. Um, he's the one that got me interested in racing, so that started it all, and my wife and my kids for putting up some time here on the simulator.
All right, Andy. Well, we will see if we can't catch up with you next week at Kansas, or if you can spoil any more shows after that before we end the season. So until then, my man, enjoy this one and don't stay up too late.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. Andy Turner, happy to get to victory lane after letting it slip from his grasp and having a chance at this championship chase. Tough little, tough little thing to deal with there, but taking it in stride and taking it to victory lane here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. 35 of Andy Turner snatches the checkered flag, the overall race win, and he will lead the Cup class here tonight. And that's going to pretty much do it for us in the booth here tonight. We're going to begin to wind up some of the cords and get ready to head across country, see if we can't get over there to Kansas Speedway and start to get set up and start to get you some great camera shots worked on from that track. You can hear the familiar music in the background. You know the tunes. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results here from Michigan International Raceway Speedway. I apologize. Chase race number 2, Andy Turner in the 35 machine going to take the top spot. Ryan Johnson going to finish back in second. Kevin Bernheimer in third tonight. Fourth place, Dave Gilbert. Fifth spot goes to Kayla McCarthy. Great run by McCarthy and her 24 crew to come back and salvage a great top 5 finish. The 88 of Nate Johnson going to walk away in sixth. Seventh place tonight belongs to Lucas Gortman. Patrick Anderson going to be your highest running Xfinity class driver, and he will snatch the Xfinity class win here tonight in the 8th position. 9th place to Jeffrey Ramsdale. William Klingbill back there in 10th. John Peterson will finish in 11th, and Michael Gitchell back on 12th spot. Thomas Myers into 77, gonna finish 13th. 14th here tonight, the 27 of Tyler Rush. Walking away in 15th here tonight, that's Keith Fonseca. Richard Crane gonna finish 16th. Slotting home in the 17th position here tonight in the 37 machine, Mark Ackerman. Michael Wayward gonna walk away 18th tonight from Michigan International Speedway. 19th on the track belongs to Adam Benefill. Luke Smith will round out your top 20. Your truck class winner, Matthew Wheeler, brings the 21 machine home in the 21st finishing spot. 22nd belongs to Jonathan Kuzmano, while Jacob Hurst finishes in 23rd. 24th, Nathan Manwaring. Justin Gibbs. Jorge Canales back in 26th. 27th tonight belongs to the 47 of Vinny Tabby. Tyler Ziegler going to park the 2 home in 28th. 29th from the track belongs to Josh McKinney. Dave Desparios back there in 30th. 31st to Joshua Susi. Richard Mueller also in 32nd. Those 2 drivers were your race control and admins here tonight, so a big shout out to Susie and Mueller for everything they've done here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, making this race as flawless as possible. What a night, what a race. We'll get set to fire things off for Chase race number 3 next week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, join us in that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And from myself, Dave in the Cave, and everybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.